This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6 through verse 8. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Shalom, first and foremost. I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akaradash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim scattered on the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom. And this is a news article from RT.com, and it reads, as of September the 17th, 2023, it says, U.S. waging war against Russia. Lavrov mentioned the Russian foreign minister weighs in on debates in Washington about sending long-range missiles to Kyiv. Washington's massive campaign to support Ukraine with arms mounts to a war against Russia. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said, adding that the U.S. has long groomed Kyiv for this very proposal. In a comment to a Russian reporter, Pavel Zerbum, released on Sunday, Lavrov suggested that rumors about Washington possibly giving the green light to the delivery of armed tactical missile systems, which have a range up to 300 kilometers, were aimed at shaping public opinion. It says, according to the minister, these deliberations will not change the fact that for many years Ukraine has been groomed to fight with its hands and bodies in order to inflict a strategic defeat on Russia. Lavrov accused the U.S. of controlling the hostilities between Kyiv and Moscow. It says they are sending weapons, ammunition, and intelligence and satellite data. They are waging war against us. It says in recent weeks, several Western media outlets have reported that the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden is edging closer to approving deliveries of the ATACE CMS, which Kyiv have been requesting for several months. The U.S. has been inclined to approve sending these missile systems, arguing that a potential Ukraine strike deep into Russia could trigger a major escalation in the conflict. It says Ukraine has already received a long-range missiles from the UK, France, which, according to local officials, have been used to attack civilian targets and infrastructure in Russia, Crimean Peninsula, and Donbass. It says while the U.S. has yet to grant Kyiv request of the ATACMS has committed more than $43 billion in military aid to Ukraine since the conflict began, including the air defense systems and armed personnel carriers and M1 Abrams tanks. Moscow has repeatedly warned the West against supplying Ukraine with arms, saying that doing so will only prolong the conflict but will not change its ultimate outcome. Read once again Matthew chapter 24 verse 6, as we continue to see the Russia-Ukraine situation heating up, right along with Russia versus the United States. Tensions are heating up with that as well too. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right, that's wars and rumors of wars. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So it's only going to increase. This is Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. Right, that's what we're seeing. One nation of army rising up against another nation of army, with the Russian-Ukraine situation, prime example, and the United States versus Russia, another nation rising up against another nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of this recent news article from RT.com as of September 17, 2023, and it reads again, U.S. waging war against Russia, Lavrov mentioned. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akarkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.